Hello and welcome or welcome back. I'm Bo and I am trying to find financial stability for me, my fiance Win, and his three kids. I am all by my lonesome again today. Win has been in a lot of pain. He has something going on with, I forget what they call it. I think sciatica nerve pain. It's been real bad. He's been in and out of urgent care, and y'all, good vibes all the way. So he is not here for this video today, but that's okay. He is here in his heart. But we are going to get into Financial Goal Friday, and hopefully I'll actually post this on Friday. Don't hold me to it, y'all. I can't promise. I can't promise. My life is chaotic. Okay, so we're gonna start by taking a little gander at where we started here. We filled this out at the end of December of last year, and we've made really good progress, partially because I dumped a huge chunk of my savings into Win's debt. So all of this debt was Win's. But we are trying to get married, trying to get a house at some point before we retire, and we'd like to actually retire. So since we are on the same team, we are working together to make sure I have enough disposable income to pay on his student loans. So, and previously his credit cards and everything. So let's get right into it. So he started out with 2 credit cards. I paid those off in February. And this order isn't actually the order that I'm going with. So the personal loan was supposed to be the first one, but that was before I decided to dump $14,000 into his debt, like off the bat. So because this doesn't have interest and it has a set due date, we decided we would just save up slowly to pay this off, and that was fine. So high interest and legal bill came first. Custody is expensive, y'all. Custody court, child support court, all that, it's super expensive. So all that being said, we started out with all of these. We are working our way through it. The first debt that we're going to check in on today is S&M Collections. I don't actually remember. Wynn told me at some point what this collections account is for. I don't recall. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't recall. But we started out with $20.50. And currently it is $15.50. So the way this works is this, most of these pages, as well as this worksheet right here, are all from Heidi Nash's debt. Her website's called Debt Free Charts, and a lot of these pages are from her Debt Freedom for Couples book, which I highly recommend. I think it's really inexpensive, but I like all of her charts because they don't have set amounts. You can decide however much you want it to be and then just divide it up by the number of spaces you have to color. So I really love that. In this one, we went from $20.50 to $15.50. So the math here is original amount, so $20.50, minus current amount, which is $15.50. Equals, so that's 500. 500 has been paid down on this, and then each space is $20.50. So divided by 20.5 is 24. So we are at 24 spaces here. This was 21. I marked these. I should, before I fill this in, I should mark it. Where's my pen? Here it is. Okay. So it's 21, 22, 23, 24. So 24. So we're almost a quarter of the way through. I'm pretty stoked. I should just keep that pen clicked. Okay. So we're almost at a quarter of the way. I'm very happy about that. This one we are just paying off as we go with $50 at a time because there's no interest on it. So there's really no point of paying this off early, even though technically we can. But then next we have Trunchbull. And again, Trunchbull started with a balance of $9,594. Let me look back at the original amount because this one doesn't have it on here. Okay, so Trunchbull started out with $9,594 and 42 cents. And we're going to subtract what it currently is, which is $398.88. Y'all, we're under $400. I'm so happy about that. So that is how much we have paid off so far. And then we're going to divide that by how much money each space represents. So divide it by $95.94 equals 95. We are over 95% done paying this off, y'all. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Okay. And I know we don't update the debt every time, but that's really just because it doesn't seem like it's worth it if we can't do a lot of coloring. Let's just be real, that's what it is. I want to share the progress, and if I don't feel like we made enough progress, I don't want to share. Like, let's be real. I try to always be as like straightforward as possible and give y'all, the juicy details. They're not really juicy. We don't have an exciting life. We have an enjoyable life, but it is not exciting, and we're not like some huge money makers. So it's not always huge progress, but we're at 95%. And this is absolutely going to be paid off by the end of October. I know I said before, I'm pretty sure I said during the last pay period, it'll be done at the end of this month. But what I meant was the end of the budget month. So the end of the budget month is October 31st. So yeah, I said that technically when we were in September, but for budgeting purposes, we were in October already. So this will be paid off by the end of the last pay period of the month. And I'm super happy about that because this is the highest interest on his student loans. So next we are going to check on his total debt. So his total debt is currently $49,180.54. We started with $68,423.56. So big difference. Okay, so let's do this math here. So $68,423.56 minus the current debt is $49,180.54. So we've paid off $19,243.02. That feels phenomenal. Makes me want to pay it again. Okay. And then we're going to divide that by how much each piece is, which is 342. And this is just like the total, it says right there, the total debt. So this is all the debt added up together. So divide it by 342.12 equals 56. So we are at 56. So because this is the total debt, this will not be filled out until Win is completely debt free, which is kind of terrifying because I don't know how long that's going to take. It might be like 10 years. Like, let's be real. It might be like 10 years. So we are going up to 56. So that is 2 more spaces. Progress on here moves a lot slower than the other ones, which is why I like tracking the total debt as well as the individual debts, because I want to see progress, y'all. And coloring, like just coloring one block or not being able to color any makes me pretty sad. It makes me feel like all this work is for nothing. So I feel really motivated every time I fill out like more than one block on this one, which is, again, partially why I don't update the debt every every week like I update the savings. Just because I want to make progress. I want to feel good every time I color. Y'all, this is like, I call it dopamining. This is dopamining. This is what makes me feel happy, is like seeing that I'm making progress. Okay, so the next thing we're doing is the savings goals. So Win is contributing to 2 savings goal, and I am contributing to either 3 or 4 depending on how the cards fall. So first, Win is saving $200 towards towards the wedding fund. So good grief. So that is 200 plus, and there's already $486 in there. So that's $686 total. And we divide that by how much each heart is. So that's $13.34. So divided by 13.34 is 51. So Win will probably be sad if I color this with that teal. So we are gonna go with pink. We are gonna go with pink because he likes this to actually be heart colored. Okay, so where are we at? 51. So each of these is 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 51. So we're coloring up to here. Okay. So for this one, because this is so much coloring and it's not like full boxes or anything, I am just going to pause you while I color so that I don't wait. Yeah. I'm gonna pause so you're not sitting here through this whole thing. So be right back. One moment, please. Okay, so hearts are colored. I really like this progress. Now, this goal is just for this quarter, and we are separating our years up into the school year plus summer. So this is the first quarter of the school year. we're not going off calendars. We're going off of how things get paid out, because Win is a substitute teacher, so he's not guaranteed pay in the summer, and as such, he needs to do all his saving during the school year when he's getting paid. It makes things complicated, but we are figuring it out, and that's part of why we have this channel. So wedding saving is colored. We are good on that. And then we have gifts. So these are, this is Win's savings for his kids' gifts. This particular one, this quarterly one, is for his twins' birthday and Christmas. So we're adding $63 to $327, which is what it already had. So it is $390, and we're going to divide that by 5 because that's how much each of these little circles is. So we're at 78. So let me write these down. 5, 76, 77, 78. Because this doesn't go like in a singular path, it kind of moves around a little bit. I try to number these as much as possible before I color them. Okay, so we're coloring up to 78. So that is 78%, which is very exciting. It's not a lot of money. It's just $500, but it's a lot of money to these kids, and we're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to have a lot of fun particularly. And yes, I am not coloring in order. Don't come for me. I'm a little chaotic. It's okay. We're okay. Everything's fine. Okay, so 75. And then I like this one because it has the little ghosties at every 25%. Makes me a little happy. Win colored the first ghost, but I'm not really about that life. It's okay. It's not that serious. Okay. So we are at 78%, which is great because we really wanted to have this saved up as soon as possible so that we can get the boys their gifts like well before we actually need them. Okay, so that is that. And then we get to my savings. So this is my insurance savings. I am adding 102. So 102 plus what's already there is 848, which is 950. And y'all, I know my insurance is expensive. I'm fully aware my insurance is expensive. I am not too happy about it, but it is what it is, and we're just going to deal with it. So 950 divided by how much each of these is, which is 39.58. So divided by 39.58. So that's 24. So I should be at 24, and we have, which is, okay, 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. I would really like my insurance to go down, but alas, I don't think it will anytime soon. I do have full coverage, and I raised my deductible as high as I could to save money. So my deductible is $1,000, and even with that, my insurance is still expensive. It's due to having multiple claims in a short period, and hopefully when those claims fall off my driving record, which should be in another like 3 years, I think, insurance should be more reasonable. But for now, it's expensive. It's really expensive, and I'm trying to keep on top of it, trying to make good progress with this, but it is my highest bill. So, you know, such is life, I suppose. Okay, so that's insurance. And then my school fund is getting 133. And I already added 262 this year, so that's 395 total, and each doodle is worth $6.69. So divided by 669, so 59. I should be at 59. And again, this is 10, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 9. And again, I will pause you while I color this in, because this is going to take a while. I'll be right back. One moment. Okay, I'm back. So if you didn't know, this particular fund is for both my education and Wynn's education. This is just the quarterly goal. I'm trying to save a lot more than this. Well, 3 times as much as this. And we shall see how it goes. Wynn really wants to get his educator's license so he can make a little more money at work, and I'm hopeful for that. I'd also like to go back to school, but I don't know how that's going to go, because going to college with 3 kids at home is a lot, especially also working full-time and starting your job at like stupid o'clock in the morning. So we shall see how that goes. And now we get to Christmas, which is my favorite part. This is one of the few savings trackers that I don't use from Debt Free Charts. This one is from Lodo Family. It's just a free one. I downloaded it offline. And you just pull cards and save the amount that it says. I try to budget for pulling the highest cards I can, so that I don't break my budget by pulling a card. But let us go. We only have 4 cards left, so, you know, this is shuffling. This is shuffling. Okay. So let's pick a card. Any card. Boop. Three of diamonds. Okay. So this means I am saving $3 for this year's Christmas. And I'm very excited about that. I'm pulling, at this point, I'm pulling one card a week. Once the next quarter comes along, I am going to start pulling 2 cards a week because I need to save for next Christmas this school year. So that's going to be a lot. And then since the most I could have pulled was $10, the rest of that, so $7, is going to go to subscriptions. So let's see if this actually means I can color something. Okay, so subscriptions had $370, and we're going to add, what did I say, 7? Yeah, this is 3. So plus 7 equals $377. And then we're going to divide that by how much each space is worth. So that's $6.78. So that's 55. So I get to color 1. I get to color 1. Very exciting times. Very exciting times. It's okay. It's okay. This is what happens when you try to do this whole thing where you plan for the worst cards you can pull, and then whatever's left, you just pick something else. So yeah, it was actually possible that I could have like not filled in anything, because I added $7 and each square is $6.78, so I just barely made it to where I could color another box. But I'm super stoked about this. This is this school year's subscriptions, so this should pay for all my subscription costs for the next year. Yeah, for the next year, because I'm trying to save up in advance so that we can catch back up in the beginning of the school year like we're catching up now. So if you haven't been watching, if you haven't been watching our videos, because Win isn't guaranteed pay during the summer, that means he makes significantly less money during the summer. And because he makes significantly less money during the summer, we have tried to get ahead of that. So we've tried to roll over as much money as we could in the end of the school year last year, so that he wouldn't need to make as much to make it through the summer, paying the bills. So the struggle's real, but we are making it happen. We are so close to having this first student loan paid off. So close. This will be done by the end of the month. And we're making good progress on our savings. Fingers crossed for Win to be feeling well enough to work regularly and not spend so much time in urgent care or in the ER, because, he doesn't get paid time off, y'all. He doesn't get paid time off. So these paychecks, they be struggling. They're struggling. And we would really like to meet our goals this school year. It'd be great. So, we're working it out. We're making it happen. All right. I think that's about it. If you would like to share some of your goals or your dreams, feel free to let me know. Let me know how your debt payoff is going, if that's something that you're doing right now. I appreciate you so much for staying as long as you did. I love you. Never forget that you deserve financial stability. And I hope you have a great day on purpose. Bye.